3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. My name is Ash. This is Storytime Live. And it's good to see you guys. How are you doing? Gotta adjust my mics here. Yeah, it's another story time. It's Tuesday night. I was reminded that it's New Comic Book Day Part 1. Now that it's been divided into 2 days. I guess it's DC New Comic Book Day. I was getting a little upset because people were talking about what happened in Three Jokers, issue 3. In one of the DM groups that I'm in. And I'm just like, yo, dude, it's like, what's up? We're like, it's like not even New Comic Book Day yet. And it's like, well, it is DC New Comic Book Day. And I'm like, Jesus, man. Like, I don't know. I get a little cranky. I don't like spoilers. And I really don't like when people are like spoiling, like it just came out. Like, it's like being the guy who's like, you're going to see like a big movie and you go to the first show of the first day. You come out of the theater and you're just like, blah, 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 I can't believe this happened. Like everyone in line for the next show. You know, it's like, come on, give people a chance to see it at the very least. Like, plus, you know, I'm cranky about it too because I feel like a lot of people, you know, don't actually buy the comics. And so one of the problems with piracy is, that you can get the comics sometimes before you can, the stores will sell them to you because the digital versions go up on Comixology. The pirates pirate them, and boom, you just go up and download them. And, you know, here I am advocating for piracy. Like, no, I'm not really advocating for, but you know, I'm like, I'm going to go selling it to you. You're like, oh, hey, that sounds like a good idea. I don't have to wait for my comics. But I feel like, you know, people go up, they get the books, and they put them on their YouTube channel, which, you know, when it's on a YouTube channel, I'm not terribly bothered because I can go choose. I have to seek out the YouTube channel, hit the play button. But when you're in a DM group and you're just like, hey, I wonder what people are talking about, and it's just like spoiled, like you before you know it, you're like, oh, Jesus, come on. Yeah. So anyways, that's the story of my so-called life. You can tell my life's not very interesting because I am being cranky about nonsense. RDV says he's first. He's got a question mark. He's like, first? He's a little gun shy because last time he wasn't first and he thought he was, but that was because of YouTube. But you are first today. I can confirm, RDV. So congratulations on being first. He says, oh, well, first in my opinion, and that's all that matters. Oh. All right. Spoken like a true lefty. Eric Breen says, I knew you could do it, Vank. See, Eric Breen believes in you. Melissa is just a good sport, like always. Says, congratulations, my good friend. See, that's how you should model yourself after Melissa, RDV. He says, I'm shocked YouTube didn't censor me for being awesome. Oh my God, this is the best thing to do. This show because I get to read. That's a good one, buddy. That's a good tweet. Let's see. If they censored for being awesome, the live streams that I watch would be censored. I'll pretend that I can. I mean, she watches my live stream, so maybe I get a little bit of that. Dragon Majesty's here. What's up, buddy? I always like seeing Dragon Majesty. Not that I don't like seeing you other guys, but I don't know. I'm a big dragon person. Just in case you want to know a little bit more about Ash, one of my favorite things, I like dragons. Dragons are cool. So put dragon in your name, you get bonus points. Let's see. Small crowd tonight, says RDV. Well, you know, since you started showing up, buddy, it's been slim pickings. No, I'm just kidding. I kid. Don't get all butt hurt. You're gonna start looking like Breen. See, it's still early. People will filter in still. Filter in. La la. For some reason that was funny to RDV. It says RDV, a Jedi uses the Force for knowledge and defense, never for attack. That's Christopher. Hey, good to see you, Christopher Barker. And if you use Star Wars quotes, particularly from the original trilogy, You get bonus points from me too. I'm a big Star Wars nerd. Let's see. Are we keeping certain viewers out? No, I don't do that. Let's see. Tehillim is here with his trademark G2CU all. Good to see you, Tehillim. RDV says Jedis are lame. Sith all the way. All right, Maranya, you can boot RDV anytime you want. Let's see. RDV, the oppression of the Sith will never return. Only a Sith speaks in absolutes. One of the dumbest lines of the prequels, by the way. But I had to use it because it was fitting right there. Let's see. Comics Quirks is here and he says, "Hey." Did I get it right? I'm always trying to imagine how he's actually saying it. RDV says, "Sith kick ass, eradicate the weak." Well, they got eradicated, so I guess they're the weak ones. Because the power of woman is more powerful than the Sith. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? Let's see. Anger is your ally, Sith RDV. Oh boy, we're going to have a Star Wars stream tonight. Let's see. Chris Barker says, "Why is every channel who talks about comics complaining about the Batwoman show? I swear at this point, they're all looking for reasons to be mad because they have nothing better to do." Well, Chris, this comic channel is not talking about Batwoman. But now that you mention it, oh my God, the photo op shoot press release, I'm still cringing. I'm having like a little kink in my neck from cringing too hard. This looks so stupid. I'm sorry. She does. Looks dumb. Whatever. Go woke. If you like the show, go like it. You do whatever. She looks also like she's 12. And I know she's not, obviously, but the way that they shot her and stuff, I mean, and the way the costume looks on her, it looks like a little kid playing Batwoman. Like, it just looks ridiculous. Now, not ridiculous as Starfire from Titans, but I mean, what's up with the TV show? I mean, DC cannot get it right. Just, the previous girl, I forget her name, the actor Ruby something, Ruby Rose, was that her name? She had the look, I felt. Like, she had the photogenic look. I didn't touch the show. I still thought it was stupid woke trash, but at least visually, when you saw her, I was like, oh, okay, I guess. But this new girl, I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I mean, and I'm not even talking about the race swapping nonsense, but whatever. I'm not going to talk about it because Christopher Barker's right. Everyone else is butthurt about it. I just laugh at it and move on. Eric Breen says, "Heading to Philly for a new washing machine. Be right back." I hear they're having a sale at Walmart, Eric, right now. Sale, big sale, 100% off. It's only in Philly Walmarts though, so you got to get there quick. Actors don't look like she could punch her way out of a wet paper bag, and the costume hair design has echoes of Cheetos Starfire. Yeah, the Starfire thing, that was super I mean, they made her look like a freaking streetwalker. I was like, what the hell is this? What are you doing? Oh my God, I still get nightmare flashbacks of other than that, I see what you're saying, Christopher. Rania, I just don't get the hate watching. I don't like it. Don't watch it. And move the hell on. Fandom ministers are really bad at this, along with others who do the same thing. I semi-agree with what you're saying. I don't do hate watching. I don't get that. And the Phantom Menace annoys the shit out of me. Just the concept. Not necessarily. I'm sure there's probably some good people in the Phantom Menace. But for the most part, they're just a group of just haters. That's actually the big thing that bothers me. They just hate on everything, no matter what. It's like, do you guys even like geek stuff anymore? Like, there's nothing good. I'm a critical bastard, and I can be very salty. If anyone's listened to me, you guys know. I'll call a spade, and when I'm upset at something, I'll bitch about it. And there's a lot of things to bitch about, but at some point too, I don't want to just sit and soak in it. Like that, doesn't feel good. Like, especially with Star Wars, the whole fandom menace, of course, is centered around the hate for Star Wars. And then, of course, Disney stopped making movies, and they're like, no, what are we going to hate on? Oh, Game of Thrones, let's hate on that. Oh, Star Trek Discovery, let's hate on that. Everything new, it's hate on that. Like, because, we need Disney to make a new Star Wars movie so that they can, live up to their name again. But, it's the fandom menace, first of all, I bring this can of worms up. I actually sit down. You might, if you're not sitting, swallow whatever you're chewing or drinking. I actually like The Last Jedi. I think it's the best of the Disney Star Wars movies. I think it's better than Mandalorian. I think it's better than anything Disney's done Star Wars. I think it's the best Star Wars movie that's not done by George Lucas. I think it's incredibly, I think the hate on it has gone. It became like a snowball that couldn't stop. It's like Trump derangement. I think Last Jedi has like Rian Johnson derangement syndrome. Like people just jumped on that bandwagon, and then they just immersed themselves with all these fandom minister YouTubers, like, and just sucked it all up like an anti-Trumper. And the same mentality. And it's like, you guys. And I listened to a lot of the arguments from a lot of the people, and I used to like have some arguments and talk about it and explain why I like it and why, all the hate ideas are wrong and people bitching about the film like that doesn't make any sense based on what the original trilogy did. It's like, oh, you hate that Luke Skywalker threw his lightsaber away? Did you hate it in Return of the Jedi when he threw his lightsaber away? Oh, you hate that Luke Skywalker drank green milk? Did you hate when he had blue milk in the first movie? Like all these things that like a lot of, I could just expose, like, you're not really Star Wars. Oh, you hated that the Admiral girl was a chick in a dress and she was skinny. It's like, did you hate Mon Mothma, who was the leader of the rebellion? Did you hate Princess Leia was a girl with freaking cinnamon buns for a head and she was in a white schlock thing? Like, the critiques of the film were, it almost like it was people just finding an excuse to hate it because they wanted to hate it. And look, I'm not telling you to love the film. Everything's subjective. There are films that are objectively great movies that I just don't care. They don't hit me. I don't care about it. I'm sure Brokeback Mountain is a fine film. I like the director. What's his name? Oh, God, I'm drawing a blank. Does a lot of my favorite movies. In fact, someone in chat can help me out on this, even though I'm way scrolled up. I'm gonna call him the Asian guy. I feel like Joe Biden. This is why I know Joe Biden, because I'm this way. That's like, he's like way worse. God, man, he did a lot of like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Did the Hulk movie, Life of Pi. He's a fantastic director, but I just don't want to see Brokeback Mountain. It's just not for me. But you can do you. But the point is, if you're going to criticize something, then have valid points, or just say, hey, I don't find fault in it, but I just hated it. It didn't ring right for me. And that's fine too. Like, if you wanted something different, there's nothing wrong with that. You can have your opinion. I just don't like false criticism. I just hate when people try to find BS things to like prove their point. You don't have to make up BS. Just say, I have an opinion. This is my opinion. I don't like it. All right. I can't argue with your opinion. I should get off the Star Wars thing, but you guys got me here. Hopefully Eric is safe while he's in Philly getting his new washer. Be safe, Eric. Let's see. I'm doing that with Iron Man to see if it get better or if it will continue to suck worse than Michelle Perez on the job. Woo! That was a spicy comment. Can't write well is not going to get any better, Maranya. I know. I feel your pain because I'm an X-Men fan and look what the hell's happening to that. So me and you, we're in it together. We're just, we're just sitting on a log, kicking dirt, being like, oh, remember the good old days. Let's see. Chris says, Ronnie, it's like Star Wars who complain about Star Wars and have nothing positive to say. A joke it is. A joke it is. That was kind of weak. The focus on the dog poo in the field and not the daisy in the center. I need it. If I wish I could do a Morgan Freeman voice, because I feel like that should have been read in a Morgan Freeman voice. Eric Breen says, have a Snicker, Ash. You're not you when you're hangry. Are you sure about that, Eric? Or maybe I'm not me when I have a Snickers. Maybe the Snickers satisfaction is the mask. See what I did there? Did you hear about the one comic that you don't want me to spoil? It was so good. Oh, man. That's funny, RDV. You're on fire tonight, RDV. Ronnie, there is some truth to saying that no one hates Star Wars like Star Wars fans. Well, that's because Star Wars fans, real Star Wars fans, like me, when you love something so much, when you're so attached to it, you have so much more emotion when it sucks, right? Like here's an example. When Doctor Who went all crazy woke with was it the 13th Doctor? I was upset because I just hate woke culture and I think it's oppressive and destructive to human society. And I think it's all going to eventually send us into gas chambers. So I hate it on that aspect, but as far as like a fan, I'm not a fan of Doctor Who. You know, I've casually watched it like during when Tennant was the Doctor. Was he the 11th Doctor? I think. And I was like, oh yeah, he's cool. He was a funny guy. I liked him. But even his series, which I like the best of what I've seen, I was like, I could take it or leave it. So when it's like Doctor Who went south, I was like, it didn't affect me that much because I don't care that much. But Star Wars, I'm like, you motherfucker, you know, like, and so, but the difference is, I don't want to wallow in it. I don't want to be. That was my original point that I was going with that I lost, as I usually do. I don't want to sit and just stew and hate. Like, I just want to move on. It sucks. It sucks that I can't sit around and geek out about it like I used to. And just, man, it's, like I don't have any enthusiasm. Like, it's weird. It's weird when I'm 47 years old. I've seen every single Star Wars movie in theaters in the original film, the original releases. It's the big, no work of fiction or media has ever had more of an impact on me, my outlook on the world, my outlook on writing, just fandom or anything than Star Wars. It is the single most dear thing to me when it comes to like a fandom. Now, that being said, like, so when you understand this, like, there has never been a time in my life until the last several years when Disney took over, and actually not even right away when Disney took over. Like, it took a couple of years. Like I said, I liked Last Jedi. I mostly liked The Force Awakens. I had problems with it, but I knew going in that Disney was not going to be Lucas. So I didn't set my expectations of like, you better get it. It's like, no, I was like, just deliver a fun movie that doesn't shit on the original trilogy. And we can just have fun and, have lightsaber battles and space battles and fun characters. And J.J. Abrams gave us what I thought were fun characters. And I was like, oh, I like these guys. Like, they're all fun and likable. And he had that banter. And he did it. It was like a good cover band. Force Awakens felt like a really good cover band doing your favorite song. And you're like, all right, cool. I can get down with this. And then Last Jedi came out. And, I'm a big fan of Rian Johnson anyways. And I urge you, if you haven't, whether you love or hate, if you think I'm crazy because of Last Jedi, whatever, that's fine. But I urge you to see Rian Johnson's other films. Dude is a master filmmaker. Looper is, all of his films up to Star Wars are indie films. But Looper is a pretty astounding sci-fi indie film. Brick. And then, I think the underrated Knives Out that came out last year, a lot of people just hated on because it's Rian Johnson. Oh, fuck Rian Johnson. I was like, just shut up. If you didn't see you would love this. It is one of the best screenplays. and I was so happy when it got nominated for best screenplay, because I was like, it should. The writing of this film is fantastic. It's a superb film. And I don't even like the type of film that it is generally. It's like kind of that Clue. Have you ever seen the movie Clue or whatever? It's that, that sort of like whodunit type mystery thing, and it has the same type of feel of like a Clue movie. I'm like, it's like, this is not my kind of movie, but it's good. I would see it again. I don't know why I'm sitting here pushing Rian Johnson. Anyways, so yeah, I don't have fun anymore. So that's what I was saying. Never since after Last Jedi, after I realized what they were going to do, and they fired whoever, I think it was Gareth Edwards, whoever they were going to do the third film, and they got JJ back on for the third film. I was like, oh God. And all my fears were like, they're going to obliterate episode 8 and just try to play it safe. And that's what they did. They basically retconned. It's basically episode 9 was as if episode 8 didn't even exist or matter. And then they just pulled off this cheesy nonsense, brought back I was like, this is fucking dumb. And episode 9 made me just like, it made episode 1 or 7, Force Awakens, feel worse. I was like, at least, like I said, the good cover band thing. I was like, that's what I can appreciate it as. And now I'm like, oh, now when I see that movie and I know where it's all going, this is not good. And episode 8 doesn't even matter. So all the stuff that happens there, I'm like, oh, cool. I used to be like, who's Snoke? I can't wait. Like, this is going to be awesome. Like, I had these theories that Snoke was Darth Plagueis. And man, if I could go over my Star Wars theories, I think I would have wrote an amazing episode 9 and tied it all back to the beginning, tied it all back to the prequels, which is what you should do since it's episodes 1 through 9. Like, but it was like, oh no, Snoke was just some stupid creation of the Emperor. Didn't matter. All the lore that Ryan was interjecting, JJ just threw in the trash. And I was like, what are you doing? So anyway, long story, long to the point. For the first time in my life, I find myself not excited for a new Star Wars movie. Like, I used to be like, man, I was real excited for Last Jedi. I was worried because I was like, I don't know what they're going to, and I came out of that theater so jazzed. I was like, yes, they didn't fuck it up. And everyone else you guys are listening going, yes, they did, Ash. You need mental help. They did. But me, no, they didn't. I'm standing by that. So I was like, great, awesome. I could still be excited. And that was the last time I got to be excited. And now I don't get to, but I don't want to wallow in hate. I don't, I say my piece and then move on. I'd rather do what I did on my indie stream with Skip and Tosh. Did you guys happen to see that? Just revel in the things that we love. Man, I almost did a quote from The Last Jedi. It's not about fighting the things that you hate. It's about fighting for the things you love. You guys are gonna freaking. I'm losing. I have no viewers now. Let's see. I'm that way with my guy, Christopher. I can hate what's happening with him because I've read really good stuff. Oh, you're talking about Iron Man. I was like, what am I hearing? RDV says, if I start looking like Breen, I'll be one handsome dude. And then Eric Breen's cursing peanut butter for some reason. I don't know why that is. RDV says, I need pretzels with all this salt Ash is spewing. I was spewing salt? That was not salty. Chris says, exactly, Ash. Ruin geek culture, fandom menace. Oh, he's doing. Ruin geek culture, fandom menace does. Disappear, they should. I used to do it much better when I was younger. Ronnie says, I actually prefer my soft pretzels and salt. What? That is heresy. Heresy. How do you eat soft pretzels without salt? That's like eating a Snickers without peanuts. Oh yeah, that would be a Milky Way. Heresy, I say. Too much salt ruins the flavor. They must be dipped in queso. No. Although dipping in queso, you can dip anything in queso, but salt, the big chunky salt crystals on those, and then mustard. That's a soft pretzel. Phantom Menace is like losing a limb and having phantom pain. You want it to be there and be awesome, but it's no longer there. Are you talking about Phantom Menace or Fandom Menace? The Phantom Menace, it was cool. I mean, Phantom Menace gave me one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever. So as much as that movie's kind of slow and has its problems, it's still a worthy movie. Also the best lightsaber battle. Ash, you should read the prequel novelizations. Better than the films, they are. Yeah. I meant to do that, actually. I read all the novelizations. Well, no, I didn't. I didn't do Rise of Skywalker. I read the novelizations for the episode 7 and 8. So, and those are better. I mean, they're more informative. I don't know if they're better, but they helped make the movies better. The best part about Phantom... Oh, we already did that. Best part about Phantom Menace was Liam Neeson, and then they killed him off, along with any hope of a good Star Wars movie. No, the best part of Phantom Menace was Darth Maul, and then they killed him off without any hope. Liam Neeson had to be killed off. You can't have Qui-Gon Jinn running around. And I was fine with Qui-Gon dying. Liam Neeson was cool in an Obi-Wan kind of way of the original Star Wars. Like, I didn't want to see Alec Guinness running around for a whole trilogy. He makes a big impact by being there for a short time. That's something Lucas understood. Disney doesn't understand that. RDV, like Qui-Gon Jinn, read the Jedi Apprentice novels. Fantastic they are. I have never read an expanded universe novel that was fantastic. So, and I've read some of the more highly acclaimed ones that people goo goo gaga over. That's another thing that's weird. Are the people that bitch about the Disney stuff are people that freaking like, pleasure themselves, I guess. I don't know, I was about to try to be crude, but to the EU books. And I'm like, these are shit. Like, the Disney stuff's not good. There's some good stuff, but actually they're better than the EU stuff. I'll be honest. I mean, the EU stuff is no. New Lazarus book comes out later today. Super happy, says RDV. Woo! Ronnie says, in contrast to you, Ash, if the X fandom isn't my personal cup of tea, but it's being termite infested and gutted, I will still be annoyed because the idea of any fandom getting termite infested bothers me. Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to say. That's exactly what I was trying to say. Like, I identify with you because I am to X-Men as you are to Iron Man. See? Ash, I grew up on the prequels. I did see the original trilogy, but really the books surrounding the prequels, that was Star Wars. As for post Return of the Jedi, New Jedi Order sucks. Sorry. Legacy of the Force, etc. It's awesome. No, is it New Jedi Order or is it Jedi Academy? Which is the ones that Kevin J. Anderson wrote? Those are the ones that sucked. Piss me off. I credit the extended universe and all those bullshit writers that they hired to do those books for destroying Star Wars. It ruined Star Wars in the minds of fans. Like, it just poisoned the well. And so when Disney came and did movies, they were like, this is stupid, because they saw Star Wars the way Kevin J. Anderson did, and it's stupid. That's not Star Wars. So I'm upset. I'm salty. I gotta get away from the Star Wars, because I'll start getting Fandom Menace on everyone, and no one wants that, not even me. Ash, you should read the Greta Thunberg graphic novel. Oh, I didn't think anyone was gonna top RDV tonight, but that was really good. Man, whew, I only have one thing to say to that.
How dare you?
Goo goo gaga is better than caca poo poo, says Eric Breen. This is what I have to deal with when I talk with Eric, by the way. This is the level of intellectual conversation I can have with him. Breen, have you been spending too much time in the playpen in the naughty corner again? Read Star Wars Legacy, the comic series. Best EU material in existence. Negative, Ghost Rider. That would be Dark Empire. Dark Empire is the only worthy EU material. Eric says maybe. All right. Now I've got through the chat, finally. So, do you guys have yourself a nice beverage tonight? I got a nice beverage. Check out what I found at the liquor store today. Found myself some Walking Dead wine. I thought Venkman might be excited about this. It's vintage 2016. Oh no, this one is 2015. The one I'm drinking, Blood Red Blend, vintage 2015. The other one is 2016. So that's that's a great year, 2016. That's when God Emperor Trump was elected. So I got my wine key out, and I gotta remember how to use this thing. Gotta try to see if I can open this live on air. I got a bottle of wine while I'm talking to you guys. So hopefully you guys have something you're drinking good tonight. RDV says that wine tastes bad. Apparently RDV might have had one of these already. Let's see. Chris says, really, Ash? EU fans either love Dark Empire or hate it. I get it. Bringing back the Emperor is controversial. No, Dark Empire is fucking phenomenal. And bringing back the Empire the way Dark Empire did it worked for me. I thought you told an original story. You kept the... remember, Dark Empire came out, there were no prequels. So the prequels kind of made the story of Dark Empire less plausible, I guess. But, when I read it, there were no prequels. So I didn't know anything about Darth Plagueis or the Rule of Two or dumb stuff like that. Or midichlorians. Remember midichlorians. So yeah, no, Dark Empire. And only Dark Empire 1, by the way. A lot of people who read it later, who came on the scene to Dark Empire after the fact, like not when it was coming out in stores, they kind of like binged the whole 3-part Dark Empire 1, Dark Empire 2, and then Empire's End. And that's the problem with Dark Empire is like those 2 other books should have never come out. But Dark Empire 1 was so successful, and then they're like, hey, let's do it again. And then they just ruined the magic. Speaking of ruining the magic, hold on. This cork is like shredding as I'm trying to get the corkscrew into it. Great. This is great radio. I'm sure you guys are like, why am I here listening to some jackass try to open a bottle of wine? Don't break. Damn it. There we go. All right. Let's see. RDV says, I bought it in 2016 and it was horrid. Ronnie says, 2016 must taste like sour grapes. No, wine? Well, good wine gets better with age. So theoretically, RDV, if you bought this in 2016, you should never, by the way, drink a wine that the year it was bottled. That's just, no. Usually cheap wine is like 1 or 2 years old. That's why it's cheap. If you guys want to know what distinguishes like an expensive wine from a cheap wine, oftentimes it's just how long it's aged. Sometimes these $10 bottle of wine, you let it sit for 5-6 years, it turns into like $50 bottle of wine. You said it's a year old. Well, which one did you have? Did you have the Blood Red Blend? Because the other one was vintage 2016. I didn't have any wine glasses because I haven't drank any wine since I moved. And when I moved, I left so much shit behind. So I didn't have any wine glasses. So I had to buy a glass, but I didn't really, it's not really a wine glass technically, but let's see. It's kind of like a wine glass. I think it's actually like a whiskey snifter or something. I forget what they're called. But it's like a wine glass. It'll work. Gotta let it aerate a little bit. Trust me, Ash, we ask ourselves that whether you're opening wine off camera or not. You bastard. Oh, you need to go to Philly. He says, don't forget to extend the pinky. RV says, we get to listen to Ash puke on comics. Hey, that'd be a good thing, you know? Like our boy Zach, you know, he rips the comics up and like Yellow Flash like stabs him. I could puke on him. I could drink like really bad alcohol and then like read a Bendis comic and then be like, what would that? I could probably, I don't know if people actually want to watch that. That was probably disgusting. It's not that bad, actually. It's a little fruity, but no, I can drink this. I'm not a wine snob, but I do like decent wine. Let's see. Ronnie says the wine glass without the stem and base, that's not good for certain wines because the heat of the hand heating up the wine. Well, I'm drinking a red wine. So red wines, you know, should be room temperature anyway. If I was drinking a chilled wine, like a white wine's often they're chilled, but I get what you're saying, Maranya. This has a really wide base. Let's the wine aerate, which is good for red wine. You want to get you want to expose a lot of oxygen to it. Piss on comics is already taken. Damn it. Eric Breen says start with Iron Man 2. For puking on? Yeah, no kidding. I haven't read Iron Man 2 yet though, so I can only assume how terrible it is. So moving on to comics. We should probably do that. I need to get my stuff set up because when I did this stream with Skip, I had changed everything and now it's not set up for my normal story time. There we go. So I decided for Halloween, wrapping up the last 3 days, we're going to do 30 Days of Night. Now, I've never read this book, but it was good enough to be made into a movie, which I've never seen. I'm not a big vampire guy, but I figure if it's a book that's had this much notoriety, it's had a bunch of sequels, there must be something to it. And hey, it's Halloween, and it's a 3-issue arc, and so this is the original 30 Days of Night. We'll be doing that. Let's see. Chris says, I take it Ash hates the idea of Grandmaster Luke Skywalker. I don't necessarily hate the idea of it. I was on board, like I said, with Darkpire. It's just bad writers just took it all in different directions. Like Kevin J. Anderson wrote Luke Skywalker like a little pud, and then they made that new character Kip Duron, and he like turned him in. He was like a total Mary Sue character, and then they did like rainbow colored lightsabers, and they just did fucking jacked up stupid bullshit in the EU. And you know, like Dark Horse was doing some cool stuff in the comics, like the Tales of the Jedi series, which was a smart thing to do. And then they went and ripped off that and took the villains from that series and like made them these evil Force ghosts that were like super. I think it's like no one knew what to do with Star Wars. They just kept stealing off each other and making dumb characters, and I was like, yeah, that's stupid. I just sorry, it makes me mad. RDV says Batgirl is wait, what are we talking about? Ash literally pour a whole ass bottle. Why would I can't pour a whole ass bottle? The glass is not big enough. Besides, I don't drink wine to get drunk. Never get drunk on wine. That's a bad idea. Only drink wine for the pleasure of a glass. So I'll have a glass or two of wine, and that's it. That's pretty good, man. For a cheap bottle. Yeah. And it's, it's Walking Dead. It's Halloween themed. And besides, you guys don't have anything. I haven't heard any of you guys talk about how amazing drinks and beverages you have. RDB says, "Lol, Ash, we need to review Batgirl 50 together." Is it really? Is that? Hit me up after the show. We'll talk about why I need to do that. I did have fun last time we did something. No, it sounded like you poured the whole ass bottle. It did? Like I poured for a few seconds. You might need a shower after reading it. Oh, man. Jimmy says, I'm too poor for alcohol right now. Now, I can understand that. Yeah. I picked this up when I went to the liquor store today. I was actually looking to get some beer. I was trying to find the Sammy Adams Oktoberfest. And apparently IPAs have good beer anymore. All you can do is find IPAs. And so there's no good beer at the liquor store. And so I was looking around, and they had this half price shelf where they had all this liquor and stuff. And I was like, oh, what's going on? Half price. And then I saw these Walking Dead wines, and I was like, really? So it's normally $10 a bottle, but they're like $5 a bottle. And I was like, I'll try them for $5 a bottle. And this actually is pretty good. Like this would, if this was $10, I would be okay with it. It's good enough to warrant $10. But I think this is actually probably better than a $10 wine. It's definitely better than it probably was in 2016. I think the aging has probably helped this wine quite a bit. I should buy a couple more and stick them in a wine rack. Let them age for like 10 years. Then they might be worth something. Let's see. I'm going to read your comments all night. What I need to do is get into this comic book. So that's what we're going to do, and then we'll get back in the comments. So hopefully 30 Days of Night doesn't suck. I've never read it. I know nothing about it other than what I said. It's vampires. It's supposed to be scary. Breen, you might want to go to the restroom now so you don't wet yourself while I'm reading this. And here we go. "30 Days of Night," number 1. Written by Steve Niles. Art by Ben Templesmith. You like my special effects noise, my Foley work? Barrow, Alaska. November 17th, 2001. The northernmost community in North America. It lies 10 miles south of Point Barrow, from which it takes its name. It is a town used to two things: temperatures averaging below zero and darkness. The climate of Barrow is Arctic. Temperatures range from cold as shit to fucking freezing. The sun doesn't set between May 10th and August 2nd, and doesn't rise between November 18th and December 17th. This is the last day the sun will shine for 30 days. And today, of all days, a rare crime wave has broken out in the remote, frozen town. God damn it, Stella! Just hold your horses. I'm on my way. I gotta hang up. This better be good. Today's the last day of sunlight, and we're having generator problems and theft reports springing up all over the place. Plus a storm's rolling in, and I got Richardson riding me. Union guys whining me about the pipeline, and I think I've got something right here on the thefts. Quit flapping your lips and kiss me before I become another one of your problems. Smoochy, smoochy. That helped. Sorry I yelled at you. You'll pay for that later. You should look at this. What the hell? I saw smoke, so I drove out here. I think we solved the mystery of the stolen cell phones. We've been getting calls since last night. Everybody in town is reporting theirs missing. Kids prank? Seems pretty elaborate for kids to pull off. I don't get it. The storm's almost here. If it's a prank, it's a bad one. Let's shake down the usuals. Call Sam at the Shepherd Inn and see if anybody's new checked in. Maybe we have a kleptomaniac in town. What do we tell everybody? The truth. We found everyone's cell phones burned in a hole and they'll just have to wait for new ones. Maybe if the town starts talking, we'll smoke the thief out. Call it in. I'll see you back at home. Excuse me? Honey, seriously. I have so much to deal with. The power station wants me to... The sun is setting for the last time until December. You're telling me you can't sit with your wife and watch? You promised. Fine. But as soon as it gets dark, we get back to, yay! Okay. Eben, you're the best. Like I had a choice. New Orleans, Louisiana. Come on. Is she here? She's here. What you got? I watched what she told me to, and I got what's... She said to look for right here. I got it, T-Man. You'll see. Get on before someone sees you, speed freak. And don't call me T-Man. Slam. When was the last time you slept, George? Sleep? Who needs sleep? I hate sleep. I got too much to do. The world's a-crackling. Mama, George here says he's got something for you. Yeah, that's right, Jay. Just what you asked for, right? Right where you asked. George, please come in and sit down. Taylor, honey, would you mind mixing up a soothing detox tea for our guest? What have you got there, George? I've been monitoring the mail networks based on the names and locations you specified. For months there was nothing, and then bam! A sudden burst of activity. They tried encrypting all this other hacker crap, but I chopped right through. Most of them were pretty general, but late last night they loosened up a bit. And here they are. Thought I lost them there for a second. Note reads, from sender blocked, sent Friday, November 16th, 2001, 4:04 a.m. to Marlo Roderick, subject none. Marlo, received your last several correspondence, but I have been away and unable to access my email. I do not approve of this electronic trail, but your idea has piqued my curiosity. In all my years, I have never heard of Borrow. If what you say is true, could be worth gathering for an event. Sincerely, V. Ooh, that's foreboding. What do you think V stands for? From Marlo Roderick. Friday, November 16th, 2001, 5:44 a.m. 2 unknowns, subject unknown. V. Everything I told you is true. I have already sent a delegate to make all the necessary arrangements for our arrival. I hope to see you there. The presence of one such as yourself will make the event truly one for the ages. I have sent all pertinent information to you by personal courier. We will meet in British Columbia and fly to Rendezvous Point. The location is in the package. Thus far, we have 19 attendees. Sincerely, Marlo. From Sender Blocked. Sent Saturday, November 17th, 2001, 1:23 a.m. to Marlo Broderick, subject none. Marlo. Make that an even 20. V. I don't like the look of this. Who's V? And what the hell is borrow? There it goes. Bye-bye, son. Can I go now? You ever want to have sex again? That was a good line. Sheriff. Sheriff Ullman, do you read? Sheriff Ullman, do you read? Just go. I'll be right behind you. Eco's Diner. Hey, Sam. What's the problem? I asked this gentleman to leave the premises and he refuses to go. I'm just looking for a little hospitality. He wants stuff we don't serve, Sheriff, and when I told him that, he started in with the threats. That right. What kind of stuff do you want, stranger? A drink? I just wanted a drink and something to eat. He asked for whiskey and a bowl of raw hamburger meat. Well, alcohol possession and consumption are illegal here. With the dark winters, folks have a hard enough time without booze adding to the mess. As for the meat, it only comes 2 ways around here. Frozen and burnt. I like it raw. What's so hard to understand about a man wanting a little blood with his meat? I'm going to have to ask you to leave, sir. If you refuse, I'll escort you out of here myself and ride out of town. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now you got to spend the night in a jail cell. Hands behind your back. Yeah, whatever. When Gus Lambert left Chicago in 1983, he was running away from bad debt and a bad marriage. It was a cowardly move, but if he hadn't done it, he'd have suffocated and died. He was sure of it. Now, almost 18 years later, Gus knows running was the smartest thing he ever did. Oh, come on. Don't putter on me now. Coming to borrow was a close second. What the hell? The cold didn't bother him a bit. And the 30 days of night, well, that kept him working. Completely destroyed. Now that's just plain strange. Hello? Who's that? But it was the people here who captured his heart. They embraced him, regardless of where he came from or why he left. Nobody you know. Gus Lambert was damn lucky to come to Borrow. What are you doing here? This place is off limits. Unfortunately, today is the day that his luck runs dry. 2 questions, and then we'll be on our way. What? This is the communication center for the blubber-smelling shithole, right? Yes? All calls and television signals come through here, correct? Yeah, mostly. Mostly. Except for the shortwave, and look, you need to identify yourselves, and what the hell are you doing out here? Questions. I suppose you deserve some answers. Let's start with none of your business and this. Tear the place apart. Back at the sheriff's office. Oh, Christ, not now. What? Computer's down. Phone's not working. Gus probably fell asleep again. Give it a couple minutes. You can wait all you want. All you have left is time. What are you going on about? Believe me, Mr. and Mrs. Sheriff, there's nothing you can do to stop what's coming. All I'm hearing from you is a whole lot of nothing. Sit down and zip it before Stella loses her temper. I'd like that. Your little lady could have some fun with a guy like me. I like to take a beating now and again. Maybe she'd like to come in here and shut up. Eben, don't. He's just trying to get your blood up. It's working. Don't let it. We have enough to worry about. I think we should check on Gus. Now you're catching on. Check on Gus. Board the windows. Sandbag the doors. You'll try it all. But one by one they'll pick you off and strip the meat from your bones. It's gonna be beautiful. And then I get to be with them. Oh my God! Impossible! What the hell? Stop! You are so fucked. Blam! Is he dead? Blam, 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 etc. He's dead now. I need a minute. We might not have a minute, honey. Something's going on. First, we got to figure out why all our communications are down. Gus? Gus! Oh, God. Here's what we do. We stay calm. We drive back to the station, then to the diner to check on everybody. Head on a pike. We'll round everyone up. Get them all together while I make a run for help. I think it's my turn to freak out. You hang in there, sweetie. I've got an idea. We're dealing with numbers here, right? Maybe some kind of gang, maybe escaped prisoners. But why would anyone escape from prison and come here? Maybe it's terrorists trying to get to the pipeline again. He bent the bars, Eben. He said they were coming. What was that? I don't know. Everything is happening too fast. Let me think. What's that? What? Out there. Look, a light. Something's moving out there. It might be the locals or... Wait. Zoom. That doesn't look good. Eben, what is it? What do you see? Eben? Get in the car. We have to warn the others while there's still time. To be continued. Dun, dun, dun. I like that. That first issue, by the way, is completely free. I should have said something before. On Comixology, you can get the issue completely free. The whole series is free to read on Unlimited if you have, if you have the subscription. And these issues are right now under $1 a piece. So you can get the whole series for free, and then $1. So $2 for the whole series, if you want it. I don't think this was originally published by IDW. I thought this was a Dark Horse book originally. I could be wrong, but it's IDW now. If I can just escape out of here, get back to the chat. Where did I leave off? I don't even remember. I'm gonna find. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that Jimmy was saying he's too broke for alcohol. RDV wine? I'm drinking chocolate milk. Yum. Well, I do love me some chocolate milk. That's for sure. Dragon Magic had a Pepsi. He says it was on sale. Right on. My wine was on sale. We're the sales brothers. Discount Pepsi. RDV says, I have some Robinade. What the frick is Robinade? Eric Breen says, that's because I don't allow intoxicants in my system. Turns out I like remembering years. Wait, what? What are you responding to? You're not even making sense, Eric. That's because what? What did you even say? RDV says Mountain Dew. I picked up a bottle of Mountain Dew today. My new favorite snack location is the dollar store. Swing by the dollar store and get a bunch of snacks for $1. I almost picked up a thing of Milky Ways. They had a 6-pack of Milky Ways for $1. And I was like, oh, yeah, Eric Breen will be so proud. And then I thought to myself, nah, not even for $1. So I bought a bag of peanuts instead. But I did buy a Mountain Dew for $1, and I bought this wine glass. It's not really a wine glass, but I'm using it as a wine glass. I'll find out what kind of glass it is. But it was $1. Let's see. You get all sorts of great stuff. Oh, and I bought a bag of Nerds. Like that little single, like the Halloween size candy Nerds, but it's a bag like $1. Eric says, never liked you, Ash. Well, yeah. Yeah. I'm reading Flintstone in prep for this weekend. Why the hell are you reading Flintstone? What the? Gateway into Comics is here. Chase, our boy, says, hey, bro. What's up, Chase? Good to see you. Ronnie says, I can testify to not getting drunk on wine. For my 18th birthday, I chugged about 32 ounces of Yago's Sangria like an hour. It did not end well. Yeah, no kidding. I love this wine. This is good. I haven't drank wine in a while. So when you haven't drank wine in a while, too, that's another thing. Cheap wine, it's like you forget what good wine tastes like. Oh, man. Let's see. RDV says, lol, your stream title is messed up. It says Marvel Zombies. What? My stream title says Marvel. Oh, yeah, it does say Marvel Zombies, doesn't it? That was to fool you guys. I tricked you. Yeah, I'll edit that for the replay. I edited the description. If you see the description, go in the description. That's updated. So I did part of it right. This wouldn't be an Ash on Comic Stream if I didn't F something up. Let's see. Eric Breen says, Ash blows. I do. Let's see. The art style is different, says Mariah. Kind of like they took the art and smudged the colors before they were quite dry and wiping some of them off as well and then doing it over with the king. Yeah, the art is weird in this book. Although, as I was reading it, it started to kind of congeal a little better. Some of the first pages, I was like, what the hell is this? But I think it actually works for the horror motif. Like, I don't know. I started getting used to it. And it's not great. I wouldn't buy it for the art. But, I mean, the book's free. What are you going to do? And I do have to say one thing about the art. The illustrator may not be the best illustrator, but storytelling wise, he really knows how to do sequential art and storytelling. He really knows how to move the camera, so to speak. And there's the shots, like it. I liked it. This book, I felt moody. I like the dialogue. I can see, like, when I opened up the first couple pages and started reading, I was like, why was this book popular? This looks horrible. But I enjoyed the writing, and this is the kind of horror that I like. This is real horror. Like, this is not the jump scare. This is like we're all fucked. Yeah, I'm liking this so far. I might actually even watch the movie if it keeps going on. Later, though. Like, I got to finish the comic. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I think this is a very moody comic. Let's see. Dragon Ball says, I missed the beginning, dag nabbit. Yeah, you did. You shouldn't be late. Snooze, you lose. I mean, just ask Eric. He knows. He snoozes all the time. That's why he's a loser. Let's see. RDV says, I hate the font style. Hurts my eyes. Yeah, especially with the vampires talk, it was really hard to read. But fortunately, RDV, you have someone to read it to you, so you can just look at the pretty pictures and just listen to Ash's great narration. Let's see. Eric says, good night, kids. Eric is too scared to go on, so he has to go night-night. Good night, Eric. Hopefully you enjoyed the comic. Sweet dreams. We'll miss you. Ronnie says, get some rest. If you have scary nightmares, you can call me. You got my number. We can talk it out. It'll be okay. Let's see. RDV says, so that's a 2002 IDW comic. Cool. I think this was 2001, actually. Let's see. Baja Blast Can, says Dragon Ball. Whatever that means. Play Friday the 13th PS4. Mm. Mm. That's another thing I like about wine is it lasts a long time. So you don't chug it. This style of sort of evokes the old school black and white horror films. It would work even better in that regard if it was in black and white, not color. I don't know if I would prefer it in black and white, but I do see what you're saying. It evokes a lot of the atmosphere of The Thing. Maybe I'm just conflating the two because they're both happen in snow, but it has a lot of that bleak, like you're in the middle of nowhere and you're effed. You're just like, so I'm liking it. Let's see. RDV says reading the book is like reading an entire book of Zatanna speak. No, it's not. I haven't read the Zatanna speak, but I'm sure it's not. I thought this was a good book. I enjoyed it. This is. I mean, the Marvel Zombies was tongue in cheek. Like it was kind of like a funny horror, which I like. You know, in the vein of Army of Darkness is funny horror, but it wasn't scary. Like this is like horror, and it's hard to do horror in comics. I'm liking this. It's got a good moody atmosphere. I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys did. That's why you're here. Let's see. Doug Johnson is in the house. He says, just got home from the Trump rally. Heck yeah. 4 more years, baby. Looked like I missed another zombie book. Ash must be on an undead kick. This was 30 Days of Night, issue number 1. You can get the comic for free on Comixology. So you can go read it yourself if you want. Or you can just go get the replay after the show's over and listen to my expert reading of the book. You will love it. I even did sound effects. It's a very good creepy vampire novel, or not novel, vampire story about a remote town in the northern part of Alaska where certain parts of the year the sun doesn't even rise for 30 days. 2 months of, 1 month. Stupid math. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. I know Hooked on Phonics doesn't have to do anything with math. That's part of the joke. Yes, so it's about part of Alaska where a whole month goes by and the sun doesn't even rise. So these vampires find out about it and they're like, we can go have a party. It's like spring break, woohoo, for vampires. And yeah, in the chaos and horror is about to ensue. That's where we got in the book. Basically got to the end of Act 1. It's a 3-issue series, so like I said, go pick it up. It's free. You guys, everyone should pick up free comics. They're free. They don't take up any space. They're digital. And if you like it, you can get the other 2 issues for $1 a piece. You get the whole first trade for $2. Support indie developers, indie books. Let's see. Batman number 50 might actually break me. It's like they want you to hate Barbara. Well, geez, I've been saying that since what's her name? Cecil Castellucci took over the book. I do not know why Englentine thinks she's a good writer. She's fucking terrible. Batgirl's been dog shit since the issue she took over. I did a review on it. If you're curious about my arguments, you can go watch it and why it's utter nonsense, terrible. I don't understand. I get Englantine's like, oh, she's good. I'm like, no. But hey, you know what? Everyone can like whatever they want, right? Right? Have a drink. Yeah, and also Dragon Ball and Doug, you guys missed. I am drinking Walking Dead wine for the occasion. This is Blood Red Blend. I found it in my liquor store. It's a vintage 2015. It's a nice 5-year-old wine. It's good. And, it's pretty tasty. They were having a half off sale. So I picked it up. It's normally $10 a bottle. Pick it up $5. I'm going to go pick up some more. $5 a bottle. They had a couple cases. I think these guys ordered a lot. No one knows about this liquor store. So, let's see. RDV says, Ash not on phonics. That doesn't make sense. You were on fire all night, RDV, and then that one just fell flat. I think I saw the movie on VHS rental maybe 20 years ago. Well, that sounds about right. This comic came out in 2001. I'm pretty sure that the movie came out like really close after. Let's see. It's Hartnett, not Harnett. Josh Hartnett graced out screens in 30 Days of Night back in 2007. So RDV, is the movie worth seeing? You sound like you've seen the movie. I never saw it. I usually don't watch horror movies because they usually always suck. Reading Batgirl number 50 is killing brain cells. Well, isn't it Cecil Castellucci? Like, why do people read these SJW progressive writers that don't know how to write? I just don't understand it. Stop reading books that are written by idiots. I just there's great writers out there. I don't get it. Especially you got Robert Kirkman writing Walking Dead. You still have those books to read. Like, plus, and Robert Kirkman's got like 6 other series that you haven't read. I don't understand you, RDV. So I think you just like to be tortured once in a while. RDV says it's BLM in Gotham. Oh, that sounds fantastic. Doug Johnson says bargain bin booze never makes for a good day after. Well, it's not bargain bin booze. It's on sale. I mean, but it is lower price wine. I mean, it's not like a $50 bottle of wine, but honestly, we were having this discussion earlier. Like, it's one of the reasons wine is differing in price is because the cheap wine, they don't age it. They just, they bottle it, let it sit around for a year, and then boom, release it. And that's why you pay like $10 for a bottle. It's like a cheap bottle of wine. The wine you look at is in the higher price points, the $30 and up bottles. You just look, it could be the same wine, but it's like 4 years older. So if you want to sit and wait, get your bottle, put it in a wine rack, let it sit for 4 years, your cheap wine will get better. So I didn't have this 5 years ago, but I'm going to assume that it aged well. I mean, obviously it aged decent because otherwise it would have turned to vinegar and be shit. So it was made right. It aged, and this is as good as some wine that I've had that's like $20 bottle of wine. So now that wasn't a great $20 bottle of wine, but I got half off, and it's in a cool Walking Dead bottle. What are you gonna do with that? It's Halloween. Get in the theme, man. Come on. RDV says I'm reading this for a channel review. You're trying to drag me into a channel review. You're trying to drag me into some mental trauma. But I might be able to be talked into it. Those are always fun. Let's see. Jimmy says, I'm reading the Flintstones and just finished the first 3, and they're crazy good. Oh, my goodness. All right. I'm not going to say anything mean about Mark Russell because Jimmy's going to have him on his channel. Moving on, our premiere book of the evening is Batman, The Long Halloween. We have 3 issues left. Tonight's issue 11 of 13. Hopefully you've been following along and enjoying the book, or you've already read it, probably, like most people. But I have never read Long Halloween. This is my first time, and you're getting to experience it with me live. This classic tale of Batman on a long, really, really long Halloween. Let's go ahead and dig into the issue. Tuck yourselves in. Have a nice nice cup of joe or whatever your favorite beverage is. Get all snuggled up, ready to sleep, and let Ash read you a bedtime story. Oh, I should probably go full screen. No one's anything. Oh, I didn't want to exit the reader. There we go. Boom. There we go. Now you guys got some bigger visuals. Sorry about that. Let's continue. Please, tell me the truth. Are we having this discussion? I'm doing court in an hour, Gilda. What are you doing in the basement? I found something, Harvey. On your workbench. It's one of those guns, isn't it? Like the killer in the newspapers. Holiday. It's evidence. We're all working on this holiday thing. It has to stop. Harvey, I'm your wife. Talk to me. Since when do you bring evidence home from the office? What are you asking me? I'm the district attorney. I do it all the time. All the time? I thought you only came out at night. Where is she? Sorry, I saw an opportunity to do Christian Bale. I had to do it. Let's rewind. I thought you only came out at night. Where is he? August 2nd. For nearly a year, a serial killer for the newspapers called Holiday has been stalking Gotham City. Murders that coincide with holidays. Only once the killer has allowed a victim to live. On April Fool's Day. Get out of my place. Wrong answer. Not in the day. They may be superstitious. They may be cowards. But my appearance has more effect at night. Why is Batman like a rowboat? They both have they both have a bow to take. I've been looking for you, Riddler. What time is it when Batman finds your hideout? Time to get a new hideout. On April Fool's Day, you saw him, didn't you? You saw Holiday. He's scared, not of me, but of something he knows. Yes and no. You were outside the Roman's building. What did the Roman want with you? Good question. He asked me who Holiday was and didn't like my answers. Better question. Why didn't Holiday kill me? Was it just an April Fool's gag? Or the Roman wanted you to tell the world what he was looking for that he was looking for Holiday's identity. You're questioning me? Carmine, the Roman Falcone, Gotham City's untouchable crime lord. Your behavior, Carmine. I'm questioning your behavior. You hired that poison ivy. The Riddler, the Scarecrow, the Mad Hatter freaks. Carla Falcone Vitti, the Roman sister. The Vitti family rules Chicago, with designs on Gotham City. Carla, you're my sister, and I love you. But never ask me to explain. Papa? Aunt Carla? They're ready. Sophia Falcone Gigante, the Roman's daughter. Gotham City Courthouse, basement. Sal, the boss Maroni, once the Roman's chief rival for control of Gotham City, now the district attorney's chief witness against the Roman. Captain Jim Gordon, an honest cop. In Gotham City, he's unique. What's the matter, Jimmy? Don't you trust me? No. Mr. Maroney? I'm Vernon Fields. I work for Harvey Dent, the district attorney. Mr. Dent wanted me to give you something. What is that? Stomach stuff? All of a sudden, Dent's worried about my ulcer? Fine, if you don't want it. Mr. Dent was only trying to... Yeah. Just give it to me. The prosecution calls Salvatore Vincent Maroni, a.k.a. Boss Maroni, to the stand. In some ways, Harvey Dent has waited for this day all of his life. For in all the cases he has prosecuted, never has so much been at stake. Maroni's testimony and conviction will be the beginning of the end of the Roman Empire. And for the first time, perhaps ever, Gotham City will be rid of an evil that has nearly choked the life out of it. The Roman's penthouse. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carmine. Happy birthday to you. Make a wish, Papa. Yeah, I hit Mickey Gazzo and his brother Frankie. We tossed their bodies in the Gotham River. Lots of wise guys you're looking for in the Gotham River. Maybe that's why I got an ulcer from drinking the water. Ulcer? Yeah, it's been killing me. Maybe I got a guilty conscience. Huh, Dent? I asked you now, under oath, didn't you commit all these murders and felonies under direct orders from Carmine the Roman Falcone? Falcone? Mr. Maroni. Something's wrong. I'll ask you again. One sec. I got something right here. Ah! Towels! Ah! Doctor! Oops. I really went too far. Doctor! Hurry! You're dead, Dent. That stuff will eat through cement. Did you really think you had me? Did you? I'll go get help. Harvey. I will never forget the sound of his screaming. Gotham Hospital. Jim? Jim, why don't you have a seat? There's nothing we can do until the doctor... Mrs. Dent, your husband is gone. No! No, he's gone. He escaped. My God. Meanwhile, the Gotham City coroner. Someone's looking through some files. Someone gets shot. And that is the end of issue 11. Another good issue. This is available on Comixology Unlimited too, by the way, if you if you haven't read it, or if you're looking to read it again, or you can even buy it for less than $1 an issue, or actually it'd be better just to buy the trade. It's weird to be like, oh, you get 13 issues for $1 a piece, $13, or you get the trade for $5. Like, it's one of the things about digital comics I don't think they've ever really truly worked out right. Or sometimes they'll have like a deluxe edition, you know, and it'll be like, oh, the regular version's $5, the deluxe edition's like $10. You're like, essentially it's the same thing, but like the deluxe edition's like hardcover, but in the digital version you don't get that. It's just essentially the book. I don't know. They don't really know how to sell digital books yet. So that was issue 11. I enjoyed that issue. I liked the origin, the seeming origin for Two-Face getting splashed in the courtroom. I like the idea that Two-Face might be Harvey Dent might have been crooked. I like that he had a really impeccable record against crime, and that's what made, you know, Gordon and Bruce kind of admire him. But it never really sat well with me that you'd have someone who's like so goody, like believes in the law and everything. We thought all along, maybe he thought he could push things along. So, but I also like that it, at least so far, we'll see how the story goes because I haven't read it, but so far they're not putting in concrete that that's what happened. They're just sort of insinuating the possibility and letting you make what you will. Let's see. RDV says, join me. He's talking about Batgirl number 50. 42 pages of torture. Whee! You're not... I got to teach you how to do your sales pitch. Jimmy says, oh, Ash, I got Brian Hill for an interview on my channel on the 8th. Awesome. Congratulations. Barbara is now Hellcat in Iron Man 2. Shoot me. Oh, that just sounds fantastic. I like Jeff Loeb and Ed McGuinness, says Dragon Ball. Good. Marani says, oh, damn. Acid stomach, acid to the face. Falcone's sister just got shot. They used the splashing of acid in the courtroom in Batman Forever for Two-Face's origin in that. Oh, yeah. I forgot about Batman Forever. Yeah, it's been a long time. I had forgotten. You know, when something else replaces it, you kind of just that, like, I don't know. I had the Christopher Nolan version was sort of the one that was dominant in my mind. When they have multiple origins, sometimes you forget which one's the real one. Melissa says, have a great stream. I will see you Thursday. All right, Melissa. Well, it was good having you here while we could. You got to enjoy the comics, so that's cool. She's taken off. So have a good night. Sweet dreams. And we'll see you Thursday. RDV says, I see the light. I'm going towards the tunnel, Ash. No, stay away from the light. What was that movie where they were like saying to go to was it Poltergeist? Where they're like, go to the light, and then they found out the light was bad, and they're like, no, don't go to the light. Forget what that was. I just had some peanuts. I don't know why I'm eating on stream. It's a habit. RDV says, at least the art was great. Emanuela Lupacino. That's a mouthful of a name. Speaking of a mouthful of peanuts. Marania says, I'm mad that they whitewashed Dent in Batman Forever. I would like to have seen Billy D. Williams in the role as Two-Face. Is it really whitewashing if they just made him look like he is in the comics? I'm with you. I was cool with Billy D. Williams being Harvey Dent, but you know, I don't consider Batman Forever connected to Batman, the first two Batman films. Like, I guess Batman Forever is a good example of how to just continue a franchise separately without having to redo the origins we were talking about in a previous stream. It just was like, here's a Batman movie. It's like, I just didn't feel like it connected at all to those first two films. I know it kind of was supposed to, but to me, it was always a different Batman movie. RDV says, I got salty nuts in my mouth, too. Oh, man. That's funny. I was going to make a crude joke, too, but it was going to go way too far. I can get really nasty. Definitely not good. Definitely would put some viewers off. Marani says, RDV, way too much information. Oh. I always assume that RDV's got salty nuts in his mouth. Like, I just take that for granted. Melissa says, no, my handsome face, my beautiful face. Planters, so good, he says. So dry. Mine are like store brand peanuts I picked up, but it's a 7.5 ounce jar for $1. Like, peanuts are expensive, man. Yeah, mine are honey roasted too. Honey roasted peanuts, salted, 7.5 ounces. Look, you can hear them. It's like a maracha. RDV says 16 ounce. Oh. Let it be known that RDV is bigger than me. 16 ounces. How much does that thing cost you? It's like $10. Planters dry roasted peanuts are the bomb. I agree. I think I like dry roasted peanuts better than honey roasted, but I was going to try something different. I usually like Spanish peanuts. Those are the ones I like. Those are hard to find. RDV says, I like more nuts in my mouth. Yes, definitely. Let it be known that RDV can definitely handle more nuts in his mouth than Ash. Oh, my glass of wine is gone. Oh, now I don't have anything to wash my peanuts down. Although you shouldn't drink. Well, I don't know. I'm talking about wine. I got nothing really to talk about. I got viewers leaving me like flies. It's the end of the stream. It's about midnight. Thank you guys for joining me while we read comics and talk bullshit. Hopefully it was entertaining for you. Hopefully you guys had fun hanging out with each other. That's another part of the fun of this whole show. It's not just really about me, it's about you guys. It's really just like a comic hangout. If anyone's interested, by the way, in like joining in, want to be in the first half of the stream before the reading, you can hit me up on Discord or Twitter. And like we've had Eric on before. He's always fun when he's not being cranky. Maybe I can bribe him with some Milky Ways. Who knows? RDV, you're pretty much on fire tonight. You're kind of funny when once in a while. Every so often. I really got nothing more. These were fun comics. I hope you did get to watch our independent stream with Skip and Tosh. Please leave some feedback, by the way, especially if you have any feedback. If you don't, I guess just make something up. No, really. Leave some feedback. What would you like to see more of in the show? What you like the most, so we can kind of focus on that. If there's something you hated, say that too. Honestly, I know sometimes people don't like to give the negative feedback because it feels like they're being rude or anything. I want it. I like it. I like to know where I'm failing and where I'm doing good, especially like if it's constructive. If you're just going to leave a comment and be like, yo, you suck. I mean, there's no really purpose in that other than tell me I suck, but I already don't think I'm that great. So that's not going to help me too much. But if any way you can make the show better, that always helps. It's good to have that guideline to know what's working, what's not working. So please join us again on Monday the 9th. We'll be doing Firepower, and we'll keep getting better on the show, I promise. And we'll try to deliver the goods and hopefully turn you on to some really great comics, because I'm telling you, the books we read, they're not average. They're not Iron Man. They're not Batgirl. This is the stuff that, man, I come home and it really puts a smile on my face, and I really love reading these books. And this is why I'm into comics, like just for the quality. So, RDV says, I save my jokes for this channel. The other guy doesn't pay as well. Ash, as your friend, I will always give you negative feedback with a smile. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. You do a good job twisting the knife with a smile too. Ronnie says, you haven't introduced me to a clinker yet with your selections of comics, not counting America by Rivera and obvious ones. Oh, well, don't let Eric hear you about that. We try to entertain Eric. You know, he's getting a little senile in his old age. He thinks that Gabby Rivera is all that. So we just have fun with those books, and we kind of humor him. No. I like to think that I have good taste in comics. I like to think that I, understand good writing. So, and I also like to think that I'm able to separate what's a good comic versus what's a likable comic. Like there are some comics I read and I enjoy, but I understand that aren't going to be for everyone. So I don't just recommend nilly-willy, like, oh yeah, I read this. Like, also, if I know, it helps when I know people's personal tastes. But yeah, I read good stuff. I've read way too many bad comics for me to waste my time anymore, and I've read enough good comics, and writing in other mediums to understand how it should be. So I don't know. That's something I think I'm good at. But I just tell myself that so to keep my self-esteem up. RDB says, Eric Biden? I wish my last name was Biden. I'd be rich. Bump. All right, guys. Thank you one and all for joining me. I got some laundry to do before bed. It's getting late. I got some snacking to do. I got some more wine to drink. And maybe I'll have some time to read some more comics. RDV, hit me up somewhere along the lines. We'll talk. And I will hope to see you guys Thursday. Thanks for joining me, and have a good night.